Hi guys, Mike here at Ultrabook Review and netbooklive.com, and we're going to have a quick look here at two similar but yet not that similar laptops. We have here a Lenovo IdeaPad U300S, which is an Ultrabook, and next to it there is the Sony Vaio Z, which is a very fast business ultra-portable. This one has been launched for a couple of months. Actually in the summer, early summer of 2011, and this is just fresh on the market. It's only been launched for a couple of weeks. They're both very slim, they're excellent build, and they look very good. Going to notice that this one comes with an aluminum body. It's slim and it's light, like weighs like 3 pounds, measures like 0.6 inches, while the Vaio actually weighs less, only 2.6 pounds, so very light. It measures 0.7 inches, so just a tiny bit thicker, but it's made from magnesium and it feels very solid. Okay, I'm going to compare these two, one next to the other, and if you put it on top, you're going to notice that the Vaio is pretty much similar to the Lenovo. It's just a tiny bit shorter, but it's also thicker, only just by a tiny bit as well. So I can't really say that one is better built than the other. Theoretically, I like the Lenovo better because it's more classy. It's more a more simple design than you get on the Vaio. On the Vaio, for instance, you get this huge branding on the hood. I'm not really a big fan of this. However, this magnesium finish doesn't catch fingerprints, while the aluminum version of this one, the charcoal gray color, actually catches a lot of smudges, and they're easily visible. You can see here that this one is not going to look that good for long. You're going to have to wipe it clean quite often. Okay, in terms of ports, let's have a quick look at ports. This one has PSU, USB 3.0, USB 2.0, HDMI LAN adapter, and headphone jack. On the front, 2 card readers and a couple of status LEDs. This side, Kensington lock, VGA adapter and a cooling vent. And here on the back you actually have a 3G slot, and this one is used to connect an external battery if you want to. And on the back you can see how the back looks. It's not that stylish and has these big cooling fans that are going to suck air in order to cool the hardware inside this one. Okay, and these are the rubber feet. These things have been attached so you can put a special case on this computer. You're not going to have them by default. These are the rubber feet that the computer uses, and they're quite tiny, and there won't be a lot of grip when using it on a glass surface or on a slippery desk. The Lenovo, on the other side, hand, it's very simple. On the back, rubber feet, they're pretty big and they offer enough grip. And on the sides, what we have here, this is a button that is going to launch a recovery process. Not going to focus on that. This is, of course, a cooling vent, standard USB slot. Status LEDs are actually here. You can see them. They're very tiny. They're like dots. They actually look very cool. Nothing else on this. Microphone, headphone, USB 3.0, HDMI, and PSU. So unlike the Vaio, this doesn't come with the possibility to add an external battery. Doesn't have a 3G. Doesn't have VGA. But all the things are pretty much... Oh, and actually doesn't have a card reader, which is kind of a bummer, but other Ultrabooks have card readers. Only this one doesn't. Now, let's go ahead and open the screens here. Okay, that was actually on. Okay, let's have a quick look at the interior. Going to notice from starters to things, both look very nice on the inside. Aluminum, metal on this one, magnesium on this one. Once again, I like this one better because it doesn't catch fingerprints, but this one is very nice, and fingerprints are not actually that visible on the silver finish that it uses. The keyboard, both have very good keyboards. In fact, I like the layout on the Sony better. You can see big shift, big arrow keys here, big enter, big shift, while on this one small shift because it's the European layout, and you have this line of keys over here on the right of enter, which can be a little bit frustrating. However, this one has proper travel. The keyboard on this one, the keys have proper travel and proper feedback. While on this, the keys are very slim and there's almost no feedback at all, almost no travel, and this can be misleading when typing. You're going to have a lot of errors, at least until you're going to get used to it. However, on the Vaio Z, you have illuminated keyboard with a sensor. It turns on automatically, while on the Lenovo, it's just standard keyboard, no illumination. So this can be something you should consider. The trackpad, you can see here, tiny trackpad. There is a fingerprint reader, but the trackpad is very small. There's almost no room for you to play in here. It's actually quite accurate, but it's very small, and the click buttons there are a bit stiff. Well, on this one, huge glass trackpad, plenty of room, supports multi-gestures, and there's plenty of room for multi-gestures. The buttons are fairly easy to press as well, so definitely something you should consider. Now let's go ahead and turn this one as well, turn it on as well. Both come with powerful hardware, but this one, but this one is actually way faster. Ultrabooks and this Lenovo has, you saw how fast this one booted up. It boots in like 20 seconds, this one boots in like 30 seconds, so a bit slower. Okay, so let's talk about the hardware. Ultrabooks come with Sandy Bridge, Intel Sandy Bridge ULV processors, so they're not full load processor, they're a bit slower than full load processors. So while this one comes with a Core i7 processor, this one, the Vaio, has a full load Core i7 CPU. So it's actually a lot faster, and you're going to notice this in heavy intensive application that need a lot of resources, like Photoshop with a bunch of raw images, like video editing and stuff like this. The Lenovo also comes with only 4 GB of RAM. This one comes with 8 GB, but the platform on the Lenovo can support 8 GB as well, but it's a little bit more complicated to upgrade it because there is this encased body. And in terms of storage, there is a standard 128 GB SSD on this one, while on the Vaio there's a faster storage solution. It's a 256 GB SSD with two different storage units with two different controllers, actually, two memory controllers connected in RAID 0. And this makes transfer rate a lot faster for the Vaio. And this is why it also boosts faster, loads faster stuff, because it has this RAID 0 storage option, which actually helps it a lot. Now, if you're going to have a quick look over here at Windows rating, you're going to notice 4.3 for this one, which is given by the graphics, and the 6.8 for this one. So let me go ahead and zoom in a bit so you can see the differences. So there's plenty of extra performance on this one, also because it comes with better graphics, but the processor, you can see that this one gets a 4. Actually, no, this is the Core i5 version. So I'm sorry, this is the Core i5 version of the Lenovo. So this is why it only gets a 4x4 of 4.4. But the Core i7 ULV still doesn't get 7.1 like this one, like that one gets. So this is something you should know. Okay. Button point, they're both fast, but this one, the Sony, is a lot faster. And of course on the Sony you have that external docking unit you can connect if you want to get a bit of extra performance, and this allows you to connect an AMD Radeon 6650M chip. It also comes with an optical unit, comes with a lot of extra ports, and it's going to be quite useful. Okay, battery life. Both come with pretty much similar batteries, 50 watt hour, but because this one is faster and has more powerful processor, you're only going to get like 4 hours of life of this battery, while on the Lenovo you're going to get like 6. So there's quite a big difference here. Also should tell you a couple of things about the screen. It's very important. Glossy screen on this one, 13.3 inch with 1366 by 768 pixel resolution. While on the Sony you have a non-glare display. It's not matte, it's a non-glare. It's actually very nice. It's a 13.1 inch screen with 1600 by 900 pixel resolution. And I think colors actually look amazing on this one. I'm still not fond of viewing angles, but still we're going to compare the two. The viewing angles on the viewing angles on the Vaio Z are still way better than what you get on this Lenovo, and than what you get actually on Ultrabooks, in general, because you don't really have that good screens on Ultrabooks in order to still try and keep the prices affordable, let's say. Because if you're going to compare these two in terms of prices, the most powerful Lenovo with the Core i7 processor, 256 standard SSD, so without a RAID 0, and 4 GB of RAM and all the other things here, goes for about 1,500 bucks. Well, this one, the Sony, goes for 2,000 bucks and more. Of course, you get a docking station with it, and you have the faster processor and extra amount of RAM and also faster SSD, but still considerably more expensive. And it actually starts at 2,000 bucks. You can get to 3,000 even more if you're going to add extra accessories like an extra battery or stuff like this. So bottom point, this is the Lenovo and Ultrabooks in general. They're also computers very fast and meant for enthusiasts. If you're going to need a fast and very nice looking computer, can offer you still a lot decent battery life, Ultrabooks are very good. If you're going to need the fastest portable computer and you can spare a couple of extra bucks, and you really need that performances even when on the road, the Vaio Z is the better solution. It has a couple of strong points besides the extra power. I believe it's a little bit better built. I really like the magnesium shell. It's lighter and has this excellent screen. It has an illuminated keyboard, but on the other hand, the Lenovo and Ultrabooks in general tend to get better keyboards and tend to get better trackpads. So there's really a line between the two, and I'm not going to say they're actually competitors, because the Vaio Z is in a class of its own. It doesn't really have that much competition. Maybe a couple of Lenovo ThinkPads, maybe like the X1, but not even the X1 has the power and the performances of the Vaio Z. Well, Ultrabooks, they still offer a lot of performances. For most of you guys, I would say for 99% of the people out there, they will be enough for pretty much all the things you're going to throw at it. But if you want extra, the Vaio Z is better. Okay, those are all the things I wanted to tell you right now about these two devices. Once again, it was the Lenovo IdeaPad U300S, which is an Ultrabook. And next to it, it's the Sony Vaio Z, the 2011 version, which is, of course, one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, ultra-portable laptops available on the market right now. More details are available on the site, on netbooklab.com, and that pretty much wraps up for today. Of course, if you liked our work and liked our clips, please subscribe and press thumbs up. Thanks!